On this episode of CJTV, we're going to review the ALLPOWERS S1500 solar generator, so stick around. Hey, welcome to CJTV. I'm Dino, your host. Glad to see you here. A special thank you again to our friends at ALLPOWERS for sending this S1500 solar powered generator for us to review. Now, I'm hoping that by the end of this video you might be able to decide if this is a good value proposition for you. Now, why would anybody want to have a solar powered generator? Well, when camping you might have some 12 volt power supply needs. For example, I use a 12 volt refrigerator, and I've done this video here on the 23 quart Bouge RV, as well as this one here on the 37 quart Bouge RV fridge, and I wouldn't go camping without them. They are so convenient, and I also have 12 volt supply needs when it comes to powering my cell phone, my laptop, my camera batteries, and when I'm winter camping I use a 12 volt supply to power my diesel heater. Now, you might have different 12 volt power supply needs, so the different types of batteries that are out there would apply or would be appropriate for your needs. So let's have a look at the ALLPOWERS S1500 and see if this battery would meet your needs. And then on top of that, we'll be talking about the price to see how this compares to other similar batteries. So let's take a look and see what this battery is like. So in terms of packaging, it's very well protected, and here you see the S1500 portable power station, and then there's this sticker on the back, and I'll have a screen capture of this on the screen so you can pause it and have a look at those details. So here's what it looks like when you're looking in the box. There's this little pouch here, and in the pouch is your AC power supply, where this plugs into the battery and then this plugs into the wall. So that's a nice little pouch to keep everything together. And then it also comes with a manual, which happens to also be available online, so should you ever misplace it, you can still find that information. And a nice piece of protective foam here. And here is the battery that we're going to pull out. It's about 22 pounds. Which isn't bad considering the amount of power available in this battery. One thing I like already right from the very beginning is how it has this folding handle with the little rubber attachment piece here. That helps the handle snap and stay flat. It also has these little indentations in the corner here. So should you have another one of these batteries, the rubber feet at the bottom would fit in those indentations, stay nice and snug. And then it's a nice square shape which lends itself well to packing, because when you're camping in your Jeep or your SUV, there's not a lot of space once you start collecting all your gear. So something having an efficient shape like this is helpful. In comparison to, say, a Jackery, I happen to have my Jackery 500 right here. This battery is a 500, and this is a 1100 watt hour battery, and you can see they're almost like the same size because the Jackery handle sticks up and curves up like this. Now that probably gives it some strength, you know, with the curve and everything like that, and this has been a great battery. I'm just talking about how this shape is ergonomically a little bit more efficient, and you get double the size of battery, but it doesn't seem to take up double the size of space. And we'll be talking about the price when we compare, for example, those two batteries, because this is twice the capacity, and there's also the load that this can carry, which is greater than that Jackery 500. Now, what I mean by the load, for example, you can run certain types of appliances on this battery because it can carry the load of those appliances, because there's a surge of power that they draw. Now on the website they show you all the different types of appliances that you can use with this battery. Not that you would use them when you're camping. I know a lot of them from their website aren't things I would use, but you just never know now that you have one of these at home how you can use it. In this video here I showed how with the Bouge RV battery it had enough capacity to power a coffee maker. Now, whether I'm camping, say, in a travel trailer or in the back of an SUV, having a battery like this will allow me to run a coffee percolator or whatever other appliances I might use. But even if I'm not using all that, the amount of power that this battery can support could meet my camping needs all weekend, and I wouldn't even require solar panels to top off the juice in this battery because there's enough battery power here to meet my needs for the whole weekend.
In fact, I checked out my hypothesis by going camping at Craigleith Provincial Park on the southern shores of Georgian Bay for a few days, and this battery lasted me the whole time without the need of bringing along a solar panel to recharge it.
And this seems like a very compelling value, but let's have a look at the numbers.
Well, this video is about the ALLPOWERS S1500, so let's start with this battery. We'll first have a look at the capacity, then we'll talk about the AC pure sine wave inverter strength, as well as the surge protection provided by the battery. So when we look at the ALLPOWERS S1500, the capacity is 1092 watt hours. The pure sine wave inverter is a 1500 watt inverter, and it can handle a surge of 3000 watts. Now in this video, I did talk about the Jackery Explorer 500 as it's almost the same size physically to the ALLPOWERS S1500, but when you see the capacity figure of 518 watt hours, you could see it isn't exactly the same size capacity wise. Also, the pure sine wave inverter is only 500 watts, so it can only power some minor types of items, maybe charge computers and cell phones, but not really supply power to a lot of appliances the way the ALLPOWERS S1500 can. Plus, the Jackery 500 only has a surge protection of 1000 watts. But how fair is it to compare the S1500 to the Explorer 500, because the S1500 is twice the battery capacity wise, even though they're very close size wise due to the handle on the Jackery? Well, let's have a look at the Jackery Explorer 1000. You could see that the capacity is very close to the ALLPOWERS S1500 capacity, where the Jackery Explorer 1000 has a capacity of 1002 watt hours. The AC pure sine wave inverter can handle 1000 watts, and the surge protection of the Jackery Explorer 1000 is only 2000 watts. So when we compare these batteries in terms of capacity, the ALLPOWERS S1500 is higher. In terms of the AC pure sine wave inverter, it's higher with a rating of 1500 watts. And finally, the surge protection is higher with the ALLPOWERS S1500 of 3000 watts. So by looking at the numbers, it appears that the ALLPOWERS S1500 is a compelling proposition, but we'll be able to determine that when we look at the prices. Well, for starters, we could see here that the Jackery 500 retails for about $500 US. The ALLPOWERS S1500 retails just for $100 more, coming in at about $600 US. And then the Jackery Explorer 1000 retails for about $1,100 US. Now, there's always promotions and sales going on, and if after looking at these numbers, and if you're interested in looking at purchasing an S1500, I'll talk about a discount code where I can even save you a little more money off the price of the ALLPOWERS S1500. But if now you might be interested in looking at the ALLPOWERS S1500 a little closer, let me show you some of the features that makes it even more compelling. Okay, so to just turn on the unit to read its capacity, just hit the button once, and it just shows you it's got 100% capacity, and that tells you how many hours the battery is going to last at zero draw right now. But once you start putting a draw on, the number of hours will be modified. And it also tell you how much power is going out here on the screen. Currently there's nothing, but let's see what other features this battery has. So once it's turned on, if you hold this button down, the Bluetooth function will come on, and then we show you a couple features of how the Bluetooth function works. So you could take your phone, ensure that the Bluetooth is on, and then click on the app, and you just click on the plus button here. It tells you to make sure that the Bluetooth of the battery is on, as well as your phone. Then the app scans to find the Bluetooth battery, and there it is on the screen. So you just tap on it and it connects to the battery. Now the app shows at the top you have 100% capacity left on the battery. It gives you the input and the output, and you could turn on the inverter just by clicking on right there, and you could see how the battery powered right up. You could turn that off. You could turn on the DC ports, the USB ports for charging, so they're turned on. You can turn them off. And similarly, you can turn on the LED lights from the app as well. So all these functions are possible to implement from a remote position. If you didn't want to use the app, turn on the USB charging ports, you just press this button and release. And then to turn them off, you just press the button and release. And similarly for the inverter, for your AC current, just hold the button and it turns on. And if you want to turn it off, you gotta, again, just hold the button and it goes off. You can turn off the Bluetooth by just pressing and holding the button. And then these lights can just be turned on by these buttons here. So you have all these charging ports, all the charging ports on the right hand side, including the USB, which is an in or out charging port. And then you have your 12 volts socket on this side, and your solar panel Anderson connector ports on that side as well.
So when you look at the price of something like this, it's a compelling value proposition, and it's something that somebody might want to consider. Now in the tip segment, I'm going to share with you some possibilities on how you can save money on the purchase of one of these. So let's have a look. Now for some cheaper Jeeper tips.
If you want to learn more about this or other ALLPOWERS products, I'll have a link to the ALLPOWERS website as well as a link to this S1500 battery. Now the amount of the discount will vary between 5 and 20% depending on whether you're ordering from the .ca or the .com website, but you can also apply the discount code to any items that you choose. So make sure to check out the links in the description section of this video. I'll also include an Amazon link if you wanted to purchase one there.
Hey, I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, how about giving it a thumbs up? If you're new to the channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and then the alert bell so you don't miss other videos like this when they come out. Until the next time, I'm Dino for CJTV. Be well, stay safe, take care.